of John Pulu.
Ho'eke pia moe kakai whanua. You are listening to PMN Tonga. We hope you're enjoying the program so far. Kainga whanongo koe whainga maaria koe ni, we're going to meet a young University of Auckland graduate, 22-year-old singer and trombonist from Māngere, Helen Pahulu. Just graduated from university, and basically she leaves with majoring in jazz for her Bachelor of Music degree at the University of Auckland, and she joins us right now to talk to us more about what she's going to do. Maloilele, Helen, and welcome to Ao Polokalama.
Maloilele, John. Happy to be here.
Congratulations. Tari fia kohe Polokalama, but this is fantastic news. How are you feeling after all the hard work? And tell us how many years you had to study, and now that you're official now, you've got your degree in your hand.
It took 4 years because of COVID. Yeah, COVID was a really tough time for me during my degree. I didn't exactly have all the resources to get through with what I had to back at uni, but I'm very grateful for the experience. I think it just added a lot of strength, a lot of determination, much more determination. And honestly, I'm just happy to be out. Yeah, but I will be back, but just on break for now.
I know. Enjoy this little breather, this little break from university, and I do hope you go back, because I'm a muso myself. I love music. But talk to us about your love of music. Where did that start, or where was the inspiration from to go from from that to actually studying it at university?
Yeah, well, I have to acknowledge that a lot of it started at church. So I grew up in the church because my family was quite religious. My grandfather, the late Pastor Tetileti Pahulu, he took me to church a lot with him. And if there's one thing that I loved about church, it was the music. And I went to a Tongan church too, so you already know that there's always a lot of singing. There's a lot of brass music. My auntie played the piano as well, so I loved listening to her.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't, loving singing at church, but also loving hearing other people sing at church. And it was through the church that I actually began to play brass instruments. I started off with the euphonium, and I have to acknowledge this man because he's very integral in my journey to getting to music. His name is Tony Lea. He also graduated from Auckland Uni with a Bachelor of Music. He majored in classical music and specialized in euphonium.
Wow.
Now, he is God. He has a heart of gold. Yeah, he came into church and he gave out brass lessons for free to the community. And yeah, I was one of those students.
Shout out to you, Tony.
Yeah, so I have to acknowledge him because it was actually through brass that was my entryway into jazz. So my mom taught at my high school, and she told my music teacher that I was taking brass lessons at church. So he advised that I switch over to trombone because it's quite a versatile instrument. It can be played in a lot more different genres of music. So he said I could join the orchestra and big band if I started to play trombone.
Wow.
Yeah. So it all started from church and trombone. So I played trombone in the big band from year 9 to 13. And during that time, I also became the main vocalist for big band. So I was included in a lot of jazz ensembles back in high school.
I love big band music. Oh, that is so awesome. I love it.
Yeah, and honestly, studying music at university, I will say it was kind of a whim. It wasn't something that was set in stone for me. For a lot of my high school years, I was set on studying a Bachelor of Law with linguistics. But it wasn't until the university had brought over an ensemble to promote the jazz program at secondary schools. So they came and played at mine. My music teacher encouraged me to go watch, and I was really inspired by the performance. And I asked them a lot of questions about the degree, because at the time I was very intimidated about doing tertiary study for music.
Right.
But yeah, and then after the whole workshop that they came and did, I eventually applied, and I told my mom a day later.
By the way, and talk to us about your mother. Because I know she had a special part in you going to university. Give us the backstory.
Yeah, so mum came to New Zealand August 2000 and she gave birth to me late November 2000. It wasn't up until 2004 where she made a brave decision to go back to uni and study. The only issue was that there was no one to take care of me at the time. So she couldn't afford paid childcare, and a lot of my family was working or they were still at school as well. And so mum used to take me to uni with her. I remember, like, as a kid sitting in a big lecture theatre with all these uni students and my mum, even in her tutorials as well. So I think it's quite crazy that I have memories of not only my undergrad, but my mum's undergrad too. Yeah. And so mum graduated in 2006 with a Bachelor of Arts, and then she went back to do her master's in 2009.
That's
So, yeah.
fantastic. Oh, and also a big shout out to your mum, Anne, as well, who also was part of your journey.
Yeah. So thanks, mum.
So tell me about jazz and this degree that you have now. What are you hoping to do with that? Because did I read somewhere that you're going to fuse jazz and use it to incorporate your culture?
Yes, yes, yes. That's one of my it's been a goal of mine for a long time. There was one stage where I did collaborate with Pacific Dance Festival, and they did give me my own show to kind of showcase what my goal is, which of course is to fuse Pacific jazz with my Pacifica heritage. At the moment, it's kind of just been surface level, putting a lot of melodies from our Pacific music and putting it behind like a bossa nova feel, which
Ooh,
actually sounds nice. And it's very suited to the genre. And translating some jazz standards into Tongan, like thankfully with the help of my mum.
yes.
But yeah, hopefully down the line, I'm able to kind of delve a bit more into it and incorporate a lot more traditional instruments into it. So maybe having like a pake or like a fang, like the Tongan nose
Oh,
flute in there
yes.
somewhere. Yeah. So
That's
that's my goal for the future.
That is fantastic, and I look forward to that. As I mentioned, as a musician myself, more retired musician, this is something that really gets me excited, especially when you're fusing something, jazz, and then also with our language and our sounds, which is going to be something really exciting. So, congratulations to you! What a journey, and also to your beautiful mum Anna, Malo apito e tauhi whānau lele. What an inspiration for Helen, and now you guys. I've seen that you both have a photo together, and also I know that your little brother Vico as well. I'm sure he's going to be maybe inspired by you and your journey. Any words of encouragement for other youth, to'utupu who are listening in right now? What's your message for them, especially when music is also a great pathway for them for their future? And here's you now starting out in the big bad world, or big good world, I should say, rather.
It is quite intimidating at first, and I think with a lot of things, the hardest step is just to start. But once you get that start, it's important that you keep that commitment and determination going because that's what's going to get you through to the end. Also, don't undermine, like for those who want to do it, like please don't undermine the pathway of creative arts because as seen in the diaspora, like the creative arts is something that's very integral in preserving and continuing our Pacifica cultures, especially for those like myself who in some way are quite disconnected from the motherland, but are also trying to keep that connection as well.
Beautiful words of encouragement there from the lovely Helen Pahulu, who recently graduated, and looking forward to your sound and your creation very soon. Hopefully, maybe that's the next time we catch up on our Kalamas when you come and show off the new sound that you'll create. But Māloe ako lele, thank you for the hard work, and congratulations once again, and enjoy this little time off.
Thank you so much for